Welcome to this, the first episode of many of questions I get asked on the internet. I don't know, the title is either a work in progress or I nailed it first time, but I'm not sure yet. I was walking along the canal the other day. Oh, it is that way. The canal is this way. And I saw a comment on one of my videos, or a message, I can't remember which one it was, and it said, "Can you eat meat and be a yoga teacher?" I know that this is immediately referring to the first principle of yoga, which is called ahimsa. And this means to do no harm, to be meek, to be peaceful. And this is very regularly interpreted as you must be a vegetarian to be a yoga practitioner, teacher, somebody who enjoys yoga. Like, you should be doing literally everything you can to be the very best you can. And I have a couple of problems with that. And these aren't going to be some wild out of skew, oh, people should eat meat problems. That's not where I'm going with this. The problem is that doing yoga, not this mat, but yoga in general, what this mat symbolizes is to be the very best that we can be to ourselves, to the environment around us, to the people around us. And we can succeed and fail at this in very different ways. Can you do yoga while eating meat? Of course you can. They do yoga in prisons. Like, I don't mean to break it to you, but you can do yoga regardless of who you are and how you lead your life. Yoga is meant to lead us to being better at life, to being better. If doing the yoga, if practicing a very yogic lifestyle, if that leads us to becoming a vegetarian or a vegan, then for you, genuine well done. That's great. If that's a choice that you made, I think that's wonderful. It's not one I made. I eat meat, full disclosure. Always annoys me when people make these videos and they don't tell you their own opinions for fear of people saying, well, then you're not a proper yoga teacher. That's fine. I eat meat relatively often, and it never comes into how I interpret it, ahimsa, do no harm, to be peaceful, to be meek. I often interpret it that is in the same way that lots of religions and cultures around the world interpret that. Like, do no harm, to be peaceful, to be meek, is to not go invading and destroying and doing all of the bad things that we know we shouldn't be doing. It's the cornerstone of every religion, of every societal code. It's always there. Be nice to your neighbor, right? And I know that that's a Christian infused one. That's fine, but also, do others no harm. It's always there. We don't have to link that to the food that we eat or as, evolved beings, not through yoga. I mean, like, biologically, we do eat meat. Cutting someone out because of what their diet is bad, I feel. Saying you're not a proper anything because of what they eat is not cool, because we don't tell people how to live. This is about guidance that can take us in the right direction to making good choices. At some point in my future, I might become a vegetarian, depending on how the world continues to go, but not right now. And I don't know. Right now, I am very good to the people around me. I'm sure you are too. We don't need to link it to food. In the answer to the question, can you eat meat and be a yoga teacher? The answer is yes. If we're differentiating between a yoga teacher and a yoga practitioner, and we're supposed to hold teachers to a higher standard than a yoga practitioner, somebody who practices yoga, that's all bollocks, if you don't mind my French. Like, being a yoga teacher is not an evolution of being a yoga practitioner. Right? You don't get so good at doing your own practice that you become a yoga teacher. That's not how it goes. They are two separate things. People who choose to sit in a room and open space for other people are not held to a higher scrutiny than the people in that room. It is everybody's job to look after themselves, to look after the people around them. These are the principles of yoga. These are the 10 commandments of the Bible. These are the law of, each individual country. You'll always find don't steal, don't murder, don't maim, don't don't do all the bad stuff. So taking the first principle of yoga and turning it into you can't be this if you this is unfortunately, in my opinion, my stinky opinion, incorrect. If you eat meat and you want to be a yoga practitioner, do it. All right? If you want to be a yoga teacher and you want to, have a, I would say, relatively normal diet, do it. Don't let anybody stand in your way. And don't let anybody put a finger in your face and say, you shouldn't be doing this because of this thing that was written thousands of years ago. Okay? I've interpreted this way, and now I think that you should do this. Obviously, I feel quite strongly about this. I'm very happy for people to put opposing opinions in the comments and tell me what they think, because I really enjoy learning, and I really enjoy learning other people's viewpoints. But I have talked to a few people who are very against the idea, like, for instance, let's not go there, but if you have that, then that's good. I love that for you. Putting that on somebody else at their point in their life, not so good. Holding everybody to your standard, I have been told, is only detrimental to your mental health. So, can you be a yoga teacher and eat meat? Yes, of course you can. Can you be a yoga practitioner and eat meat? Yes, of course you can. Can you be a keto or a vegan or a vegetarian or a carno diet? Or can you do any of these things and be a yoga practitioner? The answer is yes. This is meant to make us better, generally. Better can be a vegetarian diet. Well done if that's you. We should try and keep pushing our opinions of how people should live onto other people to an absolute minimum, because it is a little bit stinky and the world is already stressful enough without someone telling you what you can and cannot do. This is not a religion. We don't have to do exactly what people say. We get to be and do the things that we want while trying to better ourselves and while trying to help other people better themselves. That's it. Questions I get asked on the internet, Volume 1.